Hey everybody, it's your boy CT here. First, before we get into today's story, I'd like to thank Doctor Who Design for that awesome thumbnail. Let me tell you, all things web related, Doctor Who Design's a bad man. As you can see by the thumbnail, today's story, it's a bit of an odd one. The subject of it, a gentleman by the name of Chris, is a very good friend of mine. We're still buddies to this day. But this day is how we met. Now, I don't mean that in some kind of freaky deaky way. No, this was Chris's very first tournament with our organization. And boy, it got off to a banging start. Let me tell you, this tournament takes place several years ago. It's the first tournament of the year, January. It's cold as balls out, 15, 20 degrees. The bass, however, are nice and cozy. Why? Because we're fishing a power plant lake. So all that water that's drawn in from the lake used in the cooling process to create the energy at the power plant is generated back out into the water. Those fish are nice and warm and cozy. Pre-spawn, spawn, you'll get it in January and February. So a power plant lake in the middle of the winter is a perfect place to start your tournament season. With that, though, means that every club in a 200-mile radius is going to be fishing this lake during January and February. Meaning every single weekend it's going to be packed, and you're not going to be the only club there. There's going to be at least 2 or 3 more on top of you. So guaranteed, there's going to be cars parked along the side of the road from the ramp to the parking lot, from the parking lot to the farm to market road, from the farm to market road to the county highway. That's how it is in January and February on a power plant lake. I give you all that information for a reason. Here's where it comes into play. So, busy ramp, right? There's our club there and 2 other tournaments going on at the same time. We have a new guy to the club named Chris. He's wanting to make a good first impression. Everybody at the ramp's in a hurry to get in the water and to get out of everybody else's way. My partner and I are waiting up in the parking lot in line to get down to the ramp. And all of a sudden things come to a grinding halt. We know there must be something going on down the hill at the ramp where we can't see. Because folks are starting to honk their horns and, fishermen wanting to get in the water and not be late for takeoff are starting to get pissy. Meanwhile, down at the ramp, Chris is, in a hurry, eager to please, and a couple of our other members offer to back him in the water, help save him some time. That way, they can back him off the trailer, he can beach the boat, they can go park his vehicle, and get the next boat in the water. Being in a hurry, Chris forgets a small step in getting his boat off the trailer. He leaves the straps on. So our other club member backs him. The boat's not popping off the trailer and no one can figure out why. They're thinking, well, let's back him deeper. So they keep backing him until the back tires of the truck go off the end of the ramp. Now with the truck stuck off the end of the ramp, we're starting to get a big crowd gather up at the top of the hill that overlooks the ramp. These people are all in front of where I'm at. I'm back at the parking lot. I'm seeing this crowd gather and everybody staring at something going on. I still don't know what the hell's happening. Out of nowhere, here comes a young man running up the hill. He's the son of the guy that helped put Chris in the water. He tells me, yeah, we've got a guy down there stuck off the end of the ramp. I'm going to go get another truck to try to tow this truck off the end of the ramp. So this young man runs past our truck and trailer to go get their truck to pull the other truck off the ramp. Meanwhile, the crowd forming is getting louder and louder, and I can tell by their voices it's building to some kind of crescendo. Meanwhile, at the ramp, here's what's happening. Chris realizes, his straps are still tied to his boat, therefore that's why the boat's not popping off the trailer. Some guy on the bank, eager to put his boat in the water, yells out, "You're just going to have to strip off and get in the water, man. Only way you're getting those straps off." Like I said, it's a power plant lake. So even though it's cold as hell outside, it's warm and toasty inside. Chris looks around and says, well, it's just us guys here, so he starts to disrobe. I think everyone thought he was going to stop with his first layer. Homeboy didn't. As he gets down to his birthday suit, I hear the commotion from clear up at the parking lot where I'm at. All I hear is, "Dude, man, what the? We don't need to see that." So, being naked as a jaybird, Chris jumps in the water, unstraps his boat, climbs in, drives it over, and beaches it on the bank, where he jumps out, showing all of his glory to around 100 fishermen standing there in complete bewilderment. Like a pro, he grabs his clothes, puts all of his warm layers back on, and he's ready for the tournament day. The young man of the other gentleman that fishes with us grabs your truck, comes down, pops the other truck off the ramp. Easy peasy, the line starts to flow again, right? Back up at the parking lot, all I know is that there was some kind of weird commotion. A bunch of anglers shaking their heads, walking back to their vehicles in complete shock. Me? I'm just interested the lines move again because I have a tournament to win, and I won mine that day. During the day, we run into different other anglers on the water because, like I said, there's 3 or 4 tournaments going on, right? And I keep hearing chatter from other boats as we pass, like, can you believe that guy got clear down to his skivvies? My gosh, we didn't have to see all that. And I'm knowing something's happening, and apparently somebody got naked at the ramp, and so it's time for weigh-in. We're all in line up there waiting to get our fish weighed. One of our other club members comes up to me and says, "Did you see that idiot get naked down there at the water this morning? I can't believe he did that in front of everybody. What an idiot. I hope he's not one of ours." Chris is standing right behind this guy. Offers his hand up and says, "That idiot would be me." Our other member, oh, his butt puckers. He realizes he just stepped in it. He turns around with the, "Well, I'm so-and-so, nice to meet you." Yeah, good try with that. That's when Chris walks up to me and tells me the story of what happened. And now it all makes sense. The screaming, the yelling, all the profanities, all the talk on the water of some guy stripping down and jumping in. You know, that's a January day on a power plant lake, baby. One of the best parts is the bus tossing Chris got at the next club meeting. I got to present our new member in front of everyone, and I made sure to say, you know, it usually takes a few tournaments to get to know our new guys, but well, I think Chris showed us more than we want to see the first time out. The whole room laughed. Chris laughed. He was instantly accepted in. No awkward first few tournaments for the new guy. He got it all out of the way early. Chris would end up being a very welcome and productive member of our club. I got the chance to fish with him on a few occasions, and I'll tell you, the man is one of the best boat drivers I have ever met. As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for him on one particular tournament, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. That's a story for another day. So that's a story of how a tournament angler got butt naked at the ramp one January Saturday morning. As far as the thumbnail's concerned, no, that's not Chris. The guy in the thumbnail's probably 2 foot taller, 20 pounds thinner, and his abs have abs. Chris, not so much. Of course I'm going to bus toss Chris because I know he's watching. It's okay, Chris. We all know you have the physique of an 8-year-old. In all seriousness, though, I want to tell you something. Chris is one of the nicest guys I've ever had the pleasure of fishing with. Knowledgeable angler, incredible boat driver, and a good friend. So Chris, you're an awesome sport, and thank you so much for letting me tell this story. You're a good dude. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed today's story. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe on the way out the door, and in the comment section, give Chris a thumbs up. Like I said, he's a great dude. Until next time, guys, you know what we say around here. Grab your gear, take off your clothes, get in the water, and literally get it wet.